Hey beautiful people, it's Courtney. Welcome back. Today, we're switching things up a little bit. A lot of you guys have been requesting, and I thought it was such a good idea that I do a video answering all of your slime questions because you always have questions. I try to get to them in the comments as best as I can, but I thought it'd be cool just to make a whole video about all things slime. I had you guys ask me questions here on YouTube, so make sure to click that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. But for videos like this, I'll also grab a lot from my Instagram, so I'll link both of those down below. Instagram is where I typically go for like input on videos. Also, before we hop into it, I have two quick announcements. So first off, if you have your own slime shop and you're trying to grow it, or if you're just thinking about starting out a slime shop, I have an entire slime shop video course that I made. It's stuff that you won't find here on YouTube. It's kind of like behind the scenes and slime secrets and stuff like that. It's literally every single aspect of owning a slime shop, from the marketing to the selling to everything in between. And so it has like 100+ minutes of video content, but it also has a ton of like PDFs and budget sheets and stuff like that. So I will link that down below for you if you want to check it out. But also, my sister and I started a podcast. We started it probably like 2 months ago at the beginning of quarantine, and I wanted to do a fun little thing, so I'll link it down below. As always, we post every Wednesday morning, but if you go and either you're listening to it or you leave a review, take a screenshot. Send it to me, whether it's to my email, whether it's to Instagram, is probably the easiest. Send me your screenshot and I will feature you in my next video. I will try to feature as many of you as I can. But I thought that would just be something cool and different. And we do like a variety of topics, just, you know, being in our 20s, life, all kinds of different stuff. So there's a little something for everyone. So I would love it if you guys checked it out. I know my sister would love it too. We're filming a podcast later today. So anyways, let's get into this video. Like I said, I asked you guys questions on YouTube this time. Completely different. I just did like a pinned comment on one of my recent videos. One of the first questions was, why did your last name change? Did you get married? I am still seeing this everywhere. So I mentioned it in quite a few videos. Yes, I've been married for about 3 years now, but my maiden name is Lundquist, and it got so complicated come tax time and business purposes. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna change it all to Wohl. So that is why. What's your favorite slime from your slime shop? Which slimes would you recommend for a beginner? So one of my current favorites is my cookies and cream, and it sounds basic, but it's a textured cloud cream, and the texture on it is amazing. My sister used to work in my slime shop and she felt it. She was like, oh my gosh, this is a really good slime. I love it. It has an awesome texture. I think for beginners, anything more holdable and thick is better. Clear slimes, probably not, but thick butter slimes, thick slimes, just textured slimes, really good. I got this one a lot, and it is, what made you begin making slime videos and how long have you been making videos? So I've been making videos for about 10 years. Before I had this channel, I actually had a different channel, and this was before you could change your YouTube name, and I hated my YouTube name. So I had like 25,000 subscribers, and I completely changed my whole YouTube just so I could change my name. Times have really changed. So I started making slime videos about 3.5 years ago when I was doing DIYs and life hacks, and I did a few like testing out slime recipes, and you guys seemed to love them, and I started doing more as more types of slime came out, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. You get to be creative, it's fun. And ever since then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna switch to slime videos. And in the future, you know, everyone's always like, slime's dead, or what are you gonna do after? And I have, like I said, been on YouTube for 10 years, so there'll always be something. I'm kind of even thinking now, I really wanna do some like business content and investing and money making stuff, because that is just like my wheelhouse. And yeah, so eventually I might start doing that, or I might start doing lifestyle videos again. I do have my vlog channel, so I do some of that over there and just more day in my life stuff. So I'd highly recommend checking that out. I've been trying to post on a weekly basis, so every week if you want to see an extra video, just hop on over there, and it's just kind of what I'm doing in my life. It might be, you know, working in the slime shop, it might be recording audiobook voiceovers, or anything in between. So really fun. Any common mistakes beginners make making slime, simple tips and stuff. So I have quite a few videos on this actually, and I've just started kind of revamping my beginner slime series. So I've been doing tutorials and kind of like tips if you haven't noticed. I did like a basic how to make slime without borax, how to make cloud slime, and I did a lot of these like 3 years ago when I first started, and times have changed. So I really wanted to do kind of like a refresh. So that's what I've been doing every, maybe 1 or 2 videos a month. And a lot of you guys seem to like those, to kind of go back to the basics, but revamp them. So I would highly recommend checking those out. I would say for beginners, a big mistake I see is over-activating slime. So definitely do a little amount of activator at a time. I would highly recommend that. This one's interesting. How much money do you spend on slime ingredients per week? Is it expensive? So yes, it is expensive. And I talk about this a lot in my video course, the cost of supplies and buying in bulk, which is very important when you have a slime shop. I probably spend, let's put it this way, in a month, I probably spend a couple $1,000s in slime supplies, from gallons of glue, packaging stuff, all of the stuff that goes into creating slimes. So it does cost a lot, but again, I do get a lot of sales, so you have to kind of balance that out. And it's not like I'm spending it, but it's a business expense. I'm getting the money first and then I'm spending it on supplies. So it's not just like coming out of my pocket, hopefully that makes sense, and you're aware of that. But yeah, so obviously you have to factor in the price of your slimes and how much they cost to make and your cost of goods, which I get into a lot in my video course. I really love all these business questions because, like I said, if I ever switched content, that is definitely something I would do. And this question was really interesting. Is your slime shop your main source of personal, yours, not necessarily your husband's income, or do you have another source of income, like a second job or business? So I actually have multiple streams of income, so I'll try to rank them really quickly. Number 1 would be my YouTube channel. Number 2 would be my slime shop. Number 3, I've been doing a lot of voiceover work and recording audiobooks, which I've been loving. It's kind of like my new hobby that I've taken up. Hopefully it'll turn more into like a full business, but I've only been doing it like a month and a half now since quarantine started, and I'm loving it. So it's a good, extra $1,000 or $2 a month right now. So that's super cool, and I love reading, so it's right up my alley. Number 4 is just kind of random affiliate programs, links, stuff like that. And then I do have other miscellaneous income, but those would be like my top 4. And on top of all those income streams, my husband also has like 3 different income streams. So it works out. I always think it's great to have multiple income streams. That way, in case something happens to one, you have a backup plan. And I think a lot of people are seeing this during COVID because they might have lost their jobs, unfortunately, or whatever. So it's always good to have a second source of income, a little side hustle, something like that. Even if it's just to make a couple $100 extra, any little bit is cool. And then you could always put more time and effort into that and really grow it. We got another money business question. And this says, do you make profit starting a slime shop? Like, is it worth it? So as with any business, there is going to be startup cost. So it is going to take money to get started. That being said, like in my video course, I know I keep mentioning it, but it's really helpful if you're just starting a slime shop because it's literally, I mentioned everything in there. But you could start your slime shop with a very minimal investment, $100, $200. So if you don't sell any, then unfortunately you are going to be out that money. But like I said, you could grow with it. And as long as you make good quality slimes, you market your slimes and get them out there and of course sell them, then yes, it is 100% worth it. But like any business, you kind of have to take a leap of faith and really put your effort into your business, and you have to market yourself, you have to market your shop. So if you do all that and you have a good quality product, it will sell and it will 100% be worth it. What inspired you to start YouTube? Now I mentioned I started YouTube like 10 years ago, but I didn't say really why. So it was the summer of 10th grade. I'm aging myself a little bit here. It was the summer of 10th grade. My sister and I, we were super bored. We were making like weird, funny videos on YouTube. We would do like little talk show interviews. We would do dance routines, all kind of stuff. Nobody watched them. One day, I did a hair tutorial on how to French braid your hair, and that was my first video that hit 1,000 views. So I loved doing my hair. Now, not so much, but back then I would just experiment with different hairstyles all the time, and same with makeup. So when I first started YouTube, I was really into hair and makeup, and I saw that people were watching this, and I was like, oh, okay, I could, you know, show people how to do hair tutorials, and it just kind of went from there. But it started as just being bored one summer. This one's really interesting. It's how do you compare slimes from subscribers and store slimes? So I think almost all the time, probably like 9 out of 10 times, a handmade slime is going to be better. So I have a certain level of expectations for handmade slimes versus store-bought slimes, because store-bought slimes have to have a shelf life. They have to be able to last, and a handmade slime will not last on a shelf like that. I would definitely say like store-bought slimes, if you know they're stretchy and they're good, then I would say they're awesome, whereas most handmade slimes are expected to be stretchy, if you know what I mean. So they're definitely completely different in terms of when I review them, but most times the handmade slimes are always going to be better than store-bought slimes. Do I ever play with store-bought slime while I am working? No, not usually. If anything, I definitely prefer homemade slimes, but like a thick slime. If I'm working, I really like a thick slime, but after a while, my hands get kind of pruny, like this video, if you could relate. This one's really interesting. Do you watch other people's slime videos to get tips, or do you just watch them? I actually try not to really watch any other slime videos. I like to come up with my own stuff. I don't even want it to seem like I'm copying someone or this and that. So no, I don't really watch slime videos. Of course, I've watched some, but most of the time, no. I don't even watch that much YouTube, to be honest. If I do, it's just kind of whatever's trending at the time, and it's just kind of on in the background while I'm working. So no, I kind of like to do my own thing, and there's a lot of drama in the slime community, so I like to stay out of all that, stay in my own lane, focus on myself, not by all the bullies and stuff out there. So doing my own thing. Kind of not slime topic, but are you going to do a furnished house tour? Love your channel. Thank you so much. And yes, definitely over on my vlog channel. That's where I do that kind of stuff. I did a empty-ish house tour when we first moved in. We're still, you know, when you have a house, there's a lot of stuff to do. Some rooms are almost complete. Some rooms, like our bedroom, we haven't even bothered decorating yet. So I was thinking about doing an update soon, and then we could do an update once it's completely done, if it ever is. This is a really good question. I'm starting a slime shop and I want it to be affordable. What prices do you recommend for 6 and 8 ounce slimes? Starting out for a 6 ounce slime, I think $10 is great. Even $9, you really have to look at your profit margins and see. As always, and what I did with my own slime shop, is you want your prices to be very competitive at first. You still want to make money though, so make sure you're making a profit and you're not digging yourself into a hole. But I would definitely, like any business, I would always recommend starting a little bit lower and then just gradually raising them. But the point of that is to get reviews, to get the word out of your slime. So I would highly recommend doing that. So for a 6 ounce, I would say $10 is kind of like a good price point if you want to be very competitive, maybe $8 or $9. And then for an 8 ounce, I would say $12 is a good price point. And again, if you want to be really competitive, maybe go as low as 10. What is the goal for your channel? Like, how many subs do you want to get, or something else? So as always, I don't know. I think the biggest goal ever would be 1 million subscribers. After that, it's like, okay, cool. But I think 1 million is just a huge number. So if you're watching this, smash that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. And the last question is, do you think the slime trend is dead? And no, I do not. Not at all. I definitely think it's still constantly evolving. I do think it had kind of like its height, like it was a huge thing probably like a year or 2 ago, but I definitely think it's still alive and trending. And thinking about it, when people ask me this, when I first started making slime videos, I thought maybe it would last like 3 to 6 months, because that's kind of how trends happen. And it's gone past that. It's kind of been more of a staple. And so I think it will continue to be. There's always going to be both kids and adults who love slime. I mean, slime was first invented like a long time ago, and it was a thing back then. And now it's completely transformed. I really don't ever see it not being a really cool thing to play with and use for stress relief. It's kind of like Barbie dolls. Like, Barbie dolls have been around forever. Kids have loved them forever. And I kind of think the same about slime. I think it's going to be, you know, stick around and maybe not as popular as it once was, or maybe it'll kind of just trend and, you know, have high times and low times, but I definitely think it will probably be around for an extremely long time. All right, there you have it. I have answered a lot of your guys' slime questions. I hope you found this interesting, fun, a little bit different than my usual content, but thank you so much for watching. If you're bored throughout the week, I know it's like summertime now. If you don't have anything to do, I do post here twice a week. I post on my vlog channel. Try to do it once a week, and I have the podcast, and I also have my Instagram, so you could find me a bunch of different places doing a lot of different things depending on what you like to watch, what you like to listen to. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end, let me know in the comments down below. Just say hashtag I made it, because you are a super trooper. And yeah, so I will see you guys next time for a brand new video. Bye.